Hello everyone, I'm Srinand and welcome to Educational Channel. Today in this video, let's talk about Indian history, which is important to know. Where should we start? What about North India? Bihar. In Bihar, there was a place called Magadha. There is a famous name, Magadha. Actually, which was the first dynasty to rule this place? Actually, before the dynasties, Magadha was an important and imperial trade center where trade flourished. But after some kings went, it became a civilization and a big empire. The first dynasty to rule Magadha was Haryankar Dynasty. The king of Haryankar Dynasty was Bimbisara. He had two methods of expanding his territory. One, marriages, then wars. But his empire did not last. He did not last long. He died. After him, Ajatashatru, his son, succeeded. But how did he succeed? He fought 100 battles with his ministers, his brothers and cousins to ascend the throne. It would have taken almost 15 years to complete all his battles and then ascend to the throne. But he was a great, brutal and an efficient king. Trade flourished in his reign. And he also wanted to expand his territory, right? He fought many wars with the neighboring kingdoms, but he was unable to expand because he lost the battles. After that, he lost hope. Then he died. After his death, there was a fight between his ministers that who should ascend the throne, because there is no one in the royal family who can ascend the throne. But a minister came front and claimed the throne. Do you know who was he? Mahapadmananda. He was a Shudra king. Actually, he was from the lower caste. So, many people ill-treated him when he was a minister. But after becoming a king, he almost took revenge with all of his ministers and courtiers for ill-treating him. What he did is right. But after that, he also expanded his empire. How? He met Gautama Buddha. He asked how to conquer my neighboring countries. My neighboring territories. Buddha said that send your minister and tell all bad things about each other. This plan worked, and they had a quarrel. Buddha said that if we do this, we can just split those empires, because when they are united, no one can stand in front of them. But when they are separated, he can easily conquer those lands. That's what happened. But his own son killed him. Do you know who was he? Mahapadmanandin. This is Mahapadmananda. That was Mahapadmanandin. He was not an able ruler because he wanted the throne but not to conquer the territories, manage the empire and care about the trade. Very bad king. But after his death, Magadha was left alone. No one was there to rule Magadha. Now let's go to Delhi. In Delhi, Actually, there are 5 empires, 5 sultanates. So, one of those empires was Khilji Dynasty, Khilji Empire. Actually, first, after the end of the previous dynasty of Mamluks, the Khilji ascended the throne. Who was Khilji? It was Jalaluddin. Jalaluddin was actually a minister in the court. But how did he ascend the throne? He killed all the ministers in his court and appointed new ministers. Many people wanted to kill him, but they got killed instead. After Jalaluddin's death, Alauddin Khilji succeeded, but he was not his son. And he was his own nephew and son-in-law, Alauddin Khilji. But how did he succeed? Was it a natural death or a murder? Yes, Jalaluddin was murdered by Alauddin Khilji. But Alauddin was an able ruler. During his reign, trade flourished, his empire expanded, he had a huge army, he had many systems. Good. He even fought wars with many South Indian kingdoms. So, actually he sent his trusted slave Malik Kafur. He was a trained soldier. He was expert in sword fighting, archery, cavalry and horse riding. He led the whole army to many places like Dwarasamudra, Warangal, Mahishmati and the Madurai. Whatever he did, he wanted to expand the trade of North India to South India. But in the name of trade, he borrowed money, and in the name of borrowing, he just robbed and exploited the South Indian kingdoms. But all the wealth he robbed, he sent it to the Alauddin Khilji. Malik Kafur died quickly, and even Alauddin Khilji also died. Who was there to ascend the throne? Again, like always, there was another one. Muhammad bin Tughlaq. It was the Tughlaq. But he was not a minister. He was a servant in the royal palace. He killed many courtiers, and then whoever wanted him not to ascend the throne were killed. After that, but he was not a good administrator, poor guy, because whatever he did was a flop thing. Actually, he introduced many coins, but people started making their own coins. So this was not a good idea. He wanted to change that. So he wanted safety for his empire. This is a good thought. But what did he do? He shifted his capital from Delhi to Daulatabad. Daulatabad is there in present day Maharashtra. So far, many people and soldiers died in the way without food and water. Very sad. After that, his previous capital Delhi, which had a lot of monuments, was unsafe. What did he do again? Again he shifted from Daulatabad to Delhi. Actually, before he shifted to Daulatabad to Delhi, there was an invasion from the Mongols by Genghis Khan. Very bad, very poor, right? After he returned, again many people died. Oh, okay. He started a system of barter, but many people did adulteration in the product and sold him and gave it. So this was also a bad idea. He wanted many poets to write about him, but they did not know about him. He also did not tell about him. Very poor guy. So let's continue in the next part. Bye bye. Thank you.